This video is about Wink Relay hack step by step. For the ease of being able to do it at my desk and not having to stand in front of the wall, I basically took a computer cord, cut one end off, as you can see it laying on the desk there, took the brown wire and took the blue wire. The brown wire, which is the hot side of it, is going to go into the back of the connector. You'll see the front is just a piece of plastic and the back it's just a push in. Go ahead and push it in, make sure it's fully in, make sure it's tight. When it's tight, then you won't be able to pull it back out, although if you had to get it out, you can just pull on it very hard and it will definitely come out. So if you need to, obviously you're only going to do this for setting this up. Go ahead and put the blue wire into the white connector, and after you put it into the white connector, what I did is I took some electric tape and obviously wanted to make it secure, make sure that it would never come out and stay there. And again, this is just for setting up the device. This is really not for long-term use. This is just so that way when I set this up, I could be sitting at my desk and not standing at a wall for a long period of time. Makes it a lot easier. When I'm done, I'll just undo this and then I'll go ahead and install it into the wall as the instructions show. These instructions that I'm showing quick on the screen, which you can pause later, these will show you step by step how to go through, and then after you read through, I will actually show it step by step. So the first step is to power up a Wink Relay. I just basically install it into a cardboard box so it would sit and not move around for this video. Then you want to go ahead and you want to choose your Wi-Fi. Then you want to go ahead and insert your password. After you insert your password, you're going to click Done. And after you click Done, the device then will come to the Wink screen. Don't sign up, don't log in. You want to hold down the light sensor on top and the lower right button for 45 seconds, and then you will see that it takes you into the menu. This menu is the back-end menu for the Wink Relay. It's basically Google, Android. And what you'll see here is the next set of steps. I will go through each step one by one so to make it easy for you to follow. So after you reboot, it will show you an OK. You're going to click on the globe on the lower right hand side. That is the web browser. And you're going to go and type in APK Pure in the search box in the middle. After you type that in, just go ahead and click into it, and then you're going to search for application called Total Launcher. After you find Total Launcher, go ahead to download it. You have to click on the click here. You'll be actually 2 clicks into it, and then you'll see it downloading on the upper left hand side. You'll see the arrow go down. You're going to want to swipe down after that, and you're going to want to hit the Total Launcher. Just go ahead and click that, and it's going to say install blocked. You want to click on settings, and then you'll see unknown sources. You want to check unknown sources. After you check unknown sources, you're going to click OK. After you click OK, you're going to hit the security button on the upper left hand side, and then you're going to go ahead and you're going to search for multi-action home button, and you're going to download that. You have to go into that. You're going to, same story, you're going to click on the click here. You'll see it downloading in the upper left hand side. Here's the next set of steps. Step 1 was completed in the last part, which was downloading the multi-home action button. And then you can move on to step 2, as I will show you here. In step 2, you're going to go ahead and swipe down. You're going to click on the multi-action home button. You're going to click install. You're going to click open. And now you'll see a little blue button on the bottom. You're just going to click OK because it's just showing you what it is. Then you're going to click on action on click on experimental back, click OK. Then it's going to pop up enable accessibility. The screen will pop up. You want to enable it, so you're going to go ahead and swipe to the right to turn on. You'll get an OK button there. And then you're going to go back at the top. And then you're going to click the little blue button on the bottom. It'll take you back. Now you want to set the double click button, which you're going to set to selected application. You're going to click OK. Then you're going to select app. And you're going to select downloads. Here's the next set of steps. You're going to double tap the bottom blue button first. This will bring up the downloads as we just set up. You'll see that these steps, we'll go through them one by one. You're going to first click on Total Launcher. You're going to click on Next. You're going to click on Install. It's going to install, and then you're going to click on Open. You'll bring up the desktop. You'll see that you want to check Never Show Tips Again, and then click the bottom. And you'll see that you have your basic desktop. Of course, it's unconfigured, so you'll need to configure it. If you want to use Total Launcher, you're going to click the orange button on the left-hand side, lower left-hand side, and you're going to go in there, and then you would click the plus buttons to add your apps in. You can do it now or later. And if you swipe down, which you should do now, you're going to click on the Multi-Action Home button. It's going to say that it's activated. And that way you can click on Never Tips Again and click on Cancel. The one thing you want to do is undo the double click so it doesn't bring up downloads, because you don't need that anymore. Another application to install is called APK Pure. You can go to the browser and go into it. And then what you want to do is go ahead and you can either now install Wink, or you can install the APK Pure application. It makes it a little bit easier to download APKs. But here we're going to download the Wink application. The Wink application is, there's two Wink applications. One is the actual app and one is the Relay app. After you reboot, the Relay app will be also able to be used. It will install. After it downloads, just click on the downloads. Then you want to click on the thing. Wink will install. You're going to click Next. It's going to install. And then if you click Open, if you already have Wink, log into it. If you don't have it, set it up. And you'll see that I have it previously set up. So when I come into it, it shows me all my different sensors or lights or things like that. And then if you click the bottom button, you can go back to the home screen, or you can go back into the application. Quickly show you that everything works as it should. When I go into example like lights and power, I can turn my office lights on and off, and as you'll see in the background, you'll see that the office lights will dim, and then the office lights will come back on. Everything works as it should. Again, this is the Android Wink app. We're on the final steps here. You want to press the reset button underneath the screen. It's a little white button. When it's booting back up, be patient. It's going to take a little bit of time. And you want to also select Total Launcher and set it to Always. Your home screen should load and you should be all set. One thing, when you go into Wink Relay, it might actually want to do an update. If it's older software, go ahead and let it do an update. No big deal, won't break anything. If the software update is done, you'll be all set to have the Wink Relay function as it functions normally for you previously. For me, I already have everything set up, so all I did is just log in and all my options were there and everything was working as it should. I also installed an application called Assistive Touch. That's the little white button that's in the right hand side there in the middle of the screen to the right. Another thing you want to do is go into Apps, go into the Total Launcher, and you want to select to launch by default to clear default. So that way when you click on that button, and if you choose to install another desktop like the Google Now Launcher, you can go between which one you want. And then you could, for this time, I set it to just once, but if you want to go with the Google Now Launcher all the time, just select Always. You'll see here, just to show this off, click No Thanks. You don't have to log in. You can log in if you want. You're going to click Start Fresh, and you're going to see the Google Now Launcher desktop. I found that they had some nice widgets and things like that. I'll show at the very end how I finally customized the Google Now Launcher desktop. That's what I went with in the end. On the Assistive Touch, when you click Home, you'll see that you can actually now go back to Total Launcher if you want. Just click just once. When you finally figure out what you want, then you're going to click Always. You see I customized this a little bit. I started adding some apps. Some good apps that I found was Amazon, Sonos, all the things that kind of are apps that I use either on my phone or on things that I would want to use on the wall. So you can, it's pretty endless what you can install. You can also play the audio from the Wink Relay, but I don't quite suggest that. It's not going to sound too great. Another thing to do is while you're in the Assistive Touch, you can also add some shortcuts. So if you want to do some quick shortcuts, and this one I added the Wink Relay, so it goes right back in the Wink Relay. If you hit the white button again, you can tap it, and then you can go back to whichever desktop you want. This is the Google Now Launcher desktop. Here's me adding Sonos. You can add Sonos. You'll see that it works. I'm connecting to an existing system. It's going to go ahead and find my existing system. Then you're going to click Done. And you'll see that you have your setup, and you can click on your rooms or whatever you want. Click the little blue button at the bottom to go back to the desktop. Here's finally what I had set up. This is again the Google Now launcher. I set it to always so I can select between the relay and this. And this I thought had some great widgets and some easy things to set up and looked best for me. So this is what I went with. This is, you can choose whatever you want. There's other desktops out there too. There's other widgets you can add to this, like CNN, or you can add AccuWeather. You can add anything you want. Again, thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you can. Please leave some comments. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching.